Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another video with Brooklyn. How are you all doing this wonderful Tuesday morning? So I'm going to jump right into the video. I want to talk about Kirk Franklin and his argument with his son, okay? Now, I have been hearing a lot of people are taking sides. You know, some people are saying Kirk Franklin was right for getting in his son's behind, and some people are saying that he was wrong for getting his son's behind. Some people are saying that his son was right for leaking the video, or some people were saying that his son was disrespectful for leaking the video. So here it says, Kirk Franklin has issued an apology after an explicit field phone call with his estranged son went viral online. The 51-year-old gospel singer on Saturday, March 13th, shared a video of himself expressing regret over a scornful phone conversation with his son, Kerryon Franklin. During the heated call, which Kerryon leaked on Instagram, the Grammy winner is allegedly heard yelling that he put his foot in his words. I'll put my foot in your ass and break your neck if you ever disrespected me. In his minute-long apology, Franklin, whose name was trending Sunday on Twitter, explained that he had a toxic relationship with his 32-year-old son over the years and that he's attempted to remedy their problems through counseling and therapy. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in the conversation and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate, the singer said. I am sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. Franklin added that his son failed to play a part of the conversation that included the artist calling a family therapist to help intervene. I'm not perfect, I'm not human, and I'm going to make mistakes. I am trying to get it right, the singer said in closing. Please keep me and my family in your prayers. Now, for one thing, I do not believe that Kirk Franklin owed the public an apology. Because everyone goes through something in their family and it's not everyone's business. And I do not agree with his son being spiteful and vengeful and secretly recording his father's conversation. And I do believe Kirk Franklin when he says his son did not record the whole conversation. And we do not know what was said to provoke Kirk Franklin to say that he would put his foot up his son's behind and break his neck. We don't know what was said to provoke him to say that. Okay? Now, do I agree that parents should talk to their children any type of way because they are parents? No. Do I feel like parents should start threatening children? No, I do not. But we don't know what provokes someone and what's being said. If you can control yourself, then control yourself. But a lot of times when you have your child talking sideways to you, it provokes you and you will say something out of the way. He's human. We don't know what Kirk said to his son to make his son feel like I should record this because his son is on social media saying that he does not feel safe around his father. Now, his son is 31. His son is a grown man. His son is not a minor living in the house feeling threatened, for one. So he don't even have to be around his father, you know? But he's saying he don't feel safe. He feel like his father's going to kill him because he said he would break his neck. A lot of parents threaten to break your neck. I will break your neck. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere, I'm going to break your neck. Figure of speech in most cases. In most cases. We do not know what was said. We don't know what sparked the argument. We don't know how toxic their relationship has been and what caused it. We do not know. I do believe I read somewhere that this son is not from his current wife. It's another relationship. And a lot of times when you get married to another, most of the time men, when men get married to someone else, their relationship becomes strained with their children that they had first. Most of the time, a man seems to, his relationship is severed with his children that were born first. Not all men, some. For some reason, they feel like they focus on their current family and they leave their other children alone. I don't know if that happened or not. I don't know what exactly happened, Was his language inappropriate? I can't say that because I don't know the whole conversation. People are saying that Kirk Franklin should be ashamed of himself talking to his son that way, and how dare he threaten his son. His son is a grown man, for one thing, and we don't know what this grown behind man has said to his father to make Kirk come out of character that way. We don't know this to be his character all the time, okay? They've had a stressful relationship for a long time, according to Kirk Franklin and according to the son, because I listened to some of the audio, and the son was saying that their relationship was not good. But his son keep taking to social media, blasting his father. And that's another thing. When you're being spiteful and vengeful, you attack in any area that's going to hurt the person. If the son is being honest and genuine and really wanting to make the relationship with his father work, he's not going to reach out to social media and keep blasting his daddy. He's going to let it go. But he keep coming on social media with different posts about his father and how rough his father is and how dirty his father is and what his father has done wrong to him. And a lot of times when you do that, it makes it look like you're the one that's trying to get the fire started and not extinguish it. He's not making himself look good. Kirk Franklin took to social media and apologized to people out here that follows him. I don't believe he owed anyone an apology. His son said, well, he didn't apologize to me. We don't know what happened. Should he apologize to his son? Maybe. Because we don't know what took place. We don't know what happened. Kirk Franklin is the father, and he should try to have a relationship with his son. But we don't know his son's character. We don't know what kind of person that his son is. We don't know if his son has been disrespectful as an adolescent all the way up into his manhood. We don't know. But if they are going to the point that they are in therapy, then it's a strained relationship by far. And children should honor their parents and respect them, but parents should not provoke their children to anger. It's a two-way street. Kirk Franklin is Christian, okay, Pentecostal. And the word says that children should honor their parents. But it also says, do not provoke your children to anger. So if you want your children to respect you, you have to do your part. You can't talk to your children any kind of way. You can't mistreat them any old kind of way because they're your children if you want them to respect you. And then children should honor their parents if you want your parents to respect you. He gives 2 orders, not just one. And you may think, well, I'm a mother. I'm not provoking her. A lot of times parents do provoke their children just by the way their demeanor is. Barking orders at them, because they're children. Do this, do that, take the trash out. Come get the remote control. Do this, come and do this. That could provoke somebody. You don't know if they got a headache, if they're not feeling well. Just taking advantage of them because they're your children can provoke them. Then children are just being rude and disrespectful sometimes to their parents for no reason at all. And it's a two-way street. Children feel like parents shouldn't talk to them no kind of way, but they can do what they want to do. Then parents feel like you can't talk to me any old kind of way because I can do what I want to do. And you have to be willing to do it together. That's in the word. That's not my word. It goes together hand in hand. You respect each other. You do it. When he said don't provoke, he's saying respect your children. And when he tells you to honor your parents, he's saying respect your parents. He's telling each person. So, should Kirk Franklin apologize to his son? Maybe. But did he owe us an apology? No, he did not. Because that's personal. What goes on in your house is nobody's business. His son was out of line to secretly record his father. Because what he did was he shut up and let his father do all the talking. He was saying things to his father, but he was like, to me, pulling it out of his father. Because the more he talked, the more Kirk Franklin got angry from what I could see. And a lot of times when you know that you're being recorded, you shut up. So the son was recording, but he wasn't going to say what he probably said before he pushed the record button. He let his father say everything, and then he leaked it. So you're trying to disgrace your father's name, and if you really want a relationship with your father, you wouldn't do that. So you're saying you're afraid of your father for the threats that he made, but should your father be afraid of you? Because what you did was really diabolical and evil, to record someone, your father, secretly. Unless he was abusing you physically or molesting you and you put a camera up to catch him for the police, that conversation should have been left private. And for him to say, I'm going to break your neck, how many parents say that? I'm going to break your neck. That man probably didn't mean physically break your neck, or he could have. But now he's going around acting like Kirk Franklin threatened to murder him. I'm afraid that he's going to kill me. My father is trying to kill me. So you're trying to discredit his reputation. So Kirk should be afraid of you. You're afraid of him because he said those words. He should be afraid of you because you are going after his character. And again, I don't know Frank's character, Kirk's character, and we don't know his son's character. But I do know that conversation should have been left private. It should not have been exploited on the media. I think his son was wrong. Was Kirk Franklin wrong? It depends on what was going on in the conversation. Because any parent is going to snap back at their children, and if their child is in front of them, probably lay hands on them. But you have to remember, at the same time, you are both adults, and you should not be laying hands on each other, and you should learn how to talk to each other and learn how to agree and disagree and keep it moving. You have to come out of sometimes you have to come out of the parent-child mode when you get to a certain age. You have to come out of the parent-child mode. You're still the parent, you're still the child, but you have to realize that now you are both adults. You are both men, and you are both women. And just like you respect another woman or you respect another man, you should look at your child the same way. That's now a woman and that's now a man. And the way I would want another woman and man to talk to me is how I'm going to talk to my adult children. But children should not forget that that is my mother or my father, and I should talk to them the way that I would want my children to talk to me. You have to change roles sometime, but never forget. And we need to remember that Kirk Franklin is a human being. He's a father. He's a husband. He is not Jesus Christ. And even Jesus Christ went into the synagogue and whooped their behinds for selling in his church, in his synagogue. He beat the daylights out of him and flipped over tables. You know why? Because he was human. He was human. He became angry and he whooped them out of the synagogue. He threw the tables over, he busted them up. In other words, he put his foot up there behind and he broke their necks. Figuratively speaking. A lot of times we say things that's just a figure of speech, and then he took it and he ran. I do not believe Kirk Franklin is going to hurt his son and try to kill his son. Now, if his son come up missing and dead, then I have to come back. But I'm just saying, I don't believe that. I believe that he was angry and he was letting him know, don't come at me. I'm your daddy, but I ain't no punk. I'll break you down. And if I have to do A, B, and C, guess what? I will do that. How many parents do that? You know, I don't know the whole gist of it. I don't know the relationship. I didn't know Kirk Franklin had an older son by someone else. I didn't know they had a strained relationship. He had a strained relationship with any of his children, you know. He always seems so happy, but that lets you know that people have things going on in their lives that nobody don't know about, and everybody don't need to know about it. It should stay personal. I think his son was wrong. His son was wrong to leak something personal like that. And then he continues to come on social media bashing his father. It's only going to provoke him more. Now, should his son go up in his face? No, because Kirk Franklin probably would punch him square dead between the eyes. He's a man now. You can't stay in a child's mode when you become an adult. You can't come acting like you're an adult, a grown man, but then you want to go back into your childhood when your father snaps on you. You can't do that. You are a man. Take it like a man and talk to your father like a man, like you want a man to talk to you. You can't go back and digress back into childhood when your father threatens you. Now I'm his child. I'm his child. You are a grown man. You're 31. You are not a child. You may be his child, but you're not a child. You're a grown man. Respect each other. Parents alike. Respect your children. Children, respect your parents. Don't provoke each other. Because it's going to come to blows. It does come to blows sometimes. Because a child is now an adult. And you can't say, well, I'm your mother, I'll slap. You can't do that. I'm your father, Kirk Franklin should have said something different. But we don't know what provoked him to go there. We don't know what his son said to him. His son could have threatened him too. We don't know. That wasn't on the audio. His son started with Kirk. He didn't put himself on there. Not in a bad way. He was on there, but Kirk was going off. Okay? So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to say Vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So Vielen Dank for watching me. And choose, that's what? That's bye in German.